Ooh, it's time for me to give a few of my thoughts about this situation. Um, One thing that I want to say first and foremost is that the fans thinking that they're part of this battle is what makes it goofy. All these conspiracy theories and dumb stuff that people are doing online is goofy, and people are being so biased with the thing that they're not paying attention to what's being said and done. Um, like even with Heart Six, Kendrick fans are literally online saying they don't believe what Drake's saying on the track. I know you don't, because it would make Kendrick look bad, and it's like, oh damn, he really outsmarted him, and you don't want to even believe that. So, and then people, all this extra shit, like people are it's surviving Drake and all of this shit. So it's like the internet is its own world, but it's not part of the battle. I know this is people just want to be involved with celebrities and in their lives and stuff. Fans are actually not part of the battle. They're not. But then, so I want to watch this video though, because a couple people tagged me in this. My boy gonna tell me this guy broke down the Heart Six better than me, but he's a Kendrick fan, so I want to see it. I watched part of this video earlier, and all I would say is I don't know how this is really gonna go for this guy. But starting off, I just don't know. But we gonna listen to it.
Done justifying these videos about the Drake and Kendrick beef. It's the biggest thing happening
Me too.
in popular culture, in rap culture, in music culture, and for whatever reason, many people like seeing what I have to say about it. If you're not one of those people, if you think I could not possibly be qualified to talk about this, respect to you. There's so many great places to check out commentary.
Wait a minute. This is an important moment to stop at, because I don't know, Professor. Judging by the Kendrick fans, which you are one of them, maybe you're not qualified to talk about this. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying, judging by the Kendrick fans, you might not be qualified to talk about this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. They're saying it. So maybe you're not. Maybe the people that you're talking about are the actual people that you are talking to, which is the Kendrick fans. So I don't know. I don't, no, I don't know. I don't know, Professor.
I watched Dead End Hip Hop. They had a pretty good review of this song. Go watch their stuff instead. No harm on me. There are clicks to go around. There's so many clicks to go around. But I'm going to try to add something to the. I try to add something new, and the way I'm going to do that is by describing the way that Drake succeeded with this song, "The Heart Part 6." The one way, the one point. He got 1 point. In my opinion, one touch.
In my opinion, he got way more than that.
The title. Calling it The Heart Part 6 when Kendrick is most certainly planning on releasing a song called The Heart Part 6 in his The Heart series, preceding the release of each of his albums. He took that. Good job. He did it.
He petty with dedication. She told you that.
But then in every other metric, I think he completely failed, and I'm going to explain why.
Big cap. In every other metric, I think Kendrick failed.
The issue is, I think, though, the way that we talk about this is framed wrong. Because the question is, who is going to win this battle?
Great.
Kendrick is going to win this battle.
Big cap, he just lost
But
it.
who is going to win the war for the soul of hip hop? I think Drake is still going to win. I don't think it matters that Drake can't win this battle.
Now, earlier when I started to watch this is the moment where I cut it off, cracking up of laughter. And the reason why is because he just said Drake is going to win the war, but it doesn't matter if he wins the war. Well, why would it matter if Kendrick wins the battle then? What words are we using? We're just word playing our way around some shit. I don't even know which one is which then. Which one is which? If Drake's gonna win the war, but Kendrick is gonna win the battle, who won? Which one do you want to win? I don't know what he's even saying. The war is the war. Like, what the fuck? You won the battle of one place, but then the whole war you lost. That means it was more bodies on your end, more casualties on your end, more people. What's he saying? So that's just a biased ass statement, but he's a biased Kendrick fan. So earlier when I was watching this and cut this off, that's where I stopped because I'm like, okay, he's just being biased. So fuck him. But now we're going to break it down.
I don't. What Kendrick is trying to do is commit a Drakeotomy. Remember in Half Baked, Dave Chappelle, I need a Backiotomy. You know, like he's trying to do a Drakeotomy. He's trying to take Drake out of the whole picture. Separate him from his fans, family, collaborators, all that stuff. But I don't think it's going to work. As I said in the previous video, Drake is a Trumpian-like figure. We are just fanning his flames. He is just getting more attention. And I could be wrong. Timestamp this 2 minutes and 3 seconds in this video. I'm telling you, I'm giving you the guarantee, no matter how hard Drake loses this battle, and I think he's going to lose it super hard, he will have a #1 album
He's not losing or losing
within the next year. He just will. He's just that big. He's just that popular. He's just this good at being popular. Okay? So
what about rapping?
All that being said, he's still going to lose this battle, which is the thing that we're thinking about. And he's going to lose it in multiple ways.
Let's hear them.
These are the three. I'm going so goddamn internet on you. I'm giving you a list of 3 reasons that Drake completely failed with this song, The Heart Part 6. And I mean completely failed. The first
I want to hear it because I don't think he failed at all. Like literally none.
First one is simple. It's all defense, no attack. Okay?
That's a lie.
He's just sitting in a low block, hoping to weather the storm, hoping 90 minutes go by and no one's able to score a goal on him. It's not even a song. I mean, the beat's fine.
First of all, if you just sit in a low block for 90 minutes and hope somebody doesn't score on you, you don't lose. So what are you saying, first and foremost? And I'm glad the Minnesota Timberwolves just did what they did to show you defense is offense, especially in a battle, especially when you're rebuttaling everything. Look at these Kendrick fans. Look at these Kendrick fans. When you're rebuttaling every single thing that they have to say, defense is offense. And especially when you're a certain type of fighter with certain type of styles, you're using somebody's momentum against them. And that is literally, and I mean literally, what Drake did. It's not no defense, he's offense. He told him, you was thirsty for information. Like you was thirsty, so we fed you something. Like this wasn't defense, it was offense. You think it was defense. It was actually offense. It was pure offense.
It's like maybe the 7th best beat in this whole beef. It's kind of weak. It's kind of repetitive. It starts off with that Aretha Franklin sample of, show me the proof, but then it doesn't come back.
Show it then.
Basically, it's just, it's like a voice note with like some generic beat put in behind it.
Right. And that's all he needed when he was coming to slay your whole process.
And the whole thing is just served for him to be delivering essentially
a eulogy.
When I listened to this for the first time, I just pictured, you remember the presidential debates when they used to do those between Clinton and Trump, and Clinton would just say something true and then Trump would just go, wrong. The whole time, I just feel like this is just Drake listening on his headphones to Meet the Grams and just being like, wrong.
That's actually a great analogy, Doc. You want to know why? Because Trump smoked her ass. That is actually a wonderful analogy. So keep going.
And
I don't have to say a bunch of stuff if you're wrong. Like people always want to waste their words. Wrong. Like you said that's wrong. What else you want me to say? You're wrong. I'm not about to do no whole bunch of talking. You're wrong. You're wrong. Hey, you're wrong. You want to argue? No, you're wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
That's the problem.
I'm about to do that to Doc. You just started a theme, Doc. Anytime you say something wrong,
is that he's totally on the defense.
Nope.
But the way that he's a defense is actually a little more, perhaps, I'm going to use the P word, problematic. I'm pushing P. I'm pushing the word problematic. I think he's gaslighting. Now listen, I don't know the truth. I don't know the truth.
I think, whoa. We using that word? We using that word? I think y'all are gaslighting. I think Drake is talking to Kendrick. He told him what he did. He told him how he messed up. He told him how he tried to cover it up by putting out the other song, but then, and now y'all are saying y'all don't believe it. Why would he listen? That he just said that the people was clowns, so why would they be clowns? And he's the clown. Is he saying he's a clown? All this dumb shit y'all doing. Y'all are the ones gaslighting. He just told Kendrick, you fucked up. We gave you some shit. You rapped about some bullshit, and I hold you. Ha 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 ha. Y'all said, no, I don't believe it. It didn't happen. But Drake gaslighting? Come on, man. You gaslighting right now.
Truth of the accusations against Drake. But if I were just observing this, and this were not such
You are
a charged thing as being a, what did you tell me to call it? A PDF file downloader? Is that what you told me to call it? YouTubers, YouTube commenters, whatever it is. Somebody who takes advantage of minors for sexual gratification. Okay, I'll just say that. If we just imagine that it's like, you know, who put the milk back in the fridge with only one sip left, right? Like whatever it is. If you're just analyzing this defense, he comes across as an abuser who is gaslighting. Now, if you don't know gaslighting,
I don't agree.
That's when somebody in an intimate relationship tries to make you question reality. There's many different ways of doing it. I suggest you watch any number of YouTube videos about it. They're quite interesting. I have a friend who was in a very abusive relationship and suffered a lot of gaslighting, and I learned a lot from that friend. And I can tell you, it's very, very, very disruptive. It's very hurtful. It's an amazingly great thing that our society has that term, because when my friend was going through that term did.
It's an amazingly bad thing that our society has that term because people get to using it during a rap debate. Get to it, Doc.
Didn't exist. So it was just like, what the hell is happening to me, said my friend. You know, like, what the hell's going on? I swear to God, 2 + 2 = 4, but they're telling me 2 + 2 = 5. And I'm going to give you some more examples here. And what ends up happening is, if you are a pop psychologist like me, not a real psychologist, but a pop psychologist, you know that gaslighters often have narcissistic personality disorders. And I'd like to read to you the Narcissist Prayer. This is an amazing thing that was made a while ago to help you understand.
Oh my God. Not the Narcissist Prayer.
The mind of.
Not another self-diagnosis of thousands and thousands of people of literally having a personality disorder. Not another one of these. But let me hear the prayer, though. This got to be good.
Of a narcissist and how it ties into gaslighting. That didn't happen. And if it did, it wasn't that bad. And if it was, that's not a big deal. And if it is, that's not my fault. And if it was, I didn't mean it. And if I did, you deserved it. We're at the beginning here.
That's the prayer?
That didn't happen. And the way that Drake is doing it.
No. We're at the beginning of your rebuttals. So I'm going to listen to you, but I'm going to tell me first. I'm going to tell you about you first. The reason that Kendrick fans are gaslighting, are at the stage of denial, or that didn't happen, is I already said it. Drake told y'all that he fed him the information. Okay? And y'all are saying, no, he didn't. He didn't even do that. Drake's lying. So this is y'all stage of doing it. So what's Drake's, Doc?
It's creating cognitive dissonance. Like, he didn't succeed. There are things that don't add up and don't make sense.
See how clear I was with mine, but you can't just tell me, what did he do?
I remember.
They don't make sense to you because they do make sense, but you're trying to say they're not true. So you're doing what you're accusing people of. That's why you can't even describe it, but you're a professor.
My friend told me.
You back talking about your friend again. No, tell me exactly what Drake did in the this didn't happen stage. Like I said, Kendrick fans are saying this didn't happen. Y'all saying this didn't happen with what Drake said did happen. Y'all are gaslighting Drake. So you talk to me about Drake or Kendrick, not your friend, respectfully. Don't care about your friend's relationship. She already got over it, so I don't want to talk about past tense. Let's talk about this battle, Doc.
A story about finding some texts on his partner's phone about meeting up with a potential lover in New York City. And when that friend confronted their partner, their abusive partner, the partner was like, no, that didn't happen. It's like, it's right here. Well, you shouldn't be looking at that. Well, I am looking at that, but it's right here. Yeah.
I see the cover art. I see that the prescription, the Ozempic. I see those pills. I see that glove. It's right here. I see it. You're saying that he didn't give it to him. You said you don't even have an explanation on where it came from. Drake told you, and you're saying that it didn't happen. So I'm with you, Doc. I'm with you. Never mind. I said I didn't want to talk about your friend. Yes, I do. Keep talking. Yes, I want to talk about your friend. I'm glad you bring this up. I want to talk about your friend now. So that's what y'all are doing. Like I said.
I know that didn't happen. They went to couples therapy and they discussed it in couples therapy. And it was that didn't happen to the point where my friend actually doesn't remember whether or not they actually saw the thing that they actually saw. That's how
Is Kendrick going to do that? Does Kendrick not remember if he's with the glove out there?
gaslighting works. That didn't happen. And if it did, it wasn't that bad. Okay. You try to change it. You try to change the topic. Okay. The whole beginning.
Y'all try to change the topic. I like this guy. I'm glad y'all to me. Now y'all are trying to change the topic. Doc, you never met me. You never met the doctor, Professor C. So y'all are trying to change the topic to kids and he's grooming and all this other stuff. When Kendrick just got walked down. That's what happened. Y'all just mad it happened to Drake. I don't understand why people don't get that. The technical better rapper doesn't always win. The technical better rapper doesn't always win. It doesn't always happen that way. Drake walked him down like he's stupid. He was dumb and reactive.
Of this. The first time I heard it, I was like, oh, damn, Drake got him. Drake got him because he's saying that there was a fake mole in his camp feeding fake information to Kendrick. Wow, and there is no 11-year-old daughter. Wow. And
wow, you're gaslighting like that's not a big deal. But go ahead. Try it.
And then I thought about it. First of all, let's say this is true.
Let's say this is true. Drake already told you, you gaslighter. Your friend was talking to the wrong person. You're the ops. You are the person that it takes one to know one, I guess.
That's like saying I peed in my pants, and everyone knows that I peed in my pants. But I told you that I peed and pooed in my pants, and you said that I pooed in my pants? Sucker. I didn't poo in my pants. I just peed in my pants. I just have one child who I probably never would have claimed if it wasn't for Pusha T. I am.
Oh, you guys suck. You guys are nosy. I don't understand how people let that angle work. It wasn't that he wasn't claiming the child. It was that the whole entire world didn't know about it. He was claiming the child. You just didn't know about it. But it's a bunch of people whose kids you never seen or know about. Y'all never seen Jadakiss's kids. Y'all never seen a bunch of people's kids. It's people who are popular that you know that you don't see their kids. So it can't be in everybody's business. So don't try to change the subject back to Pusha T after Kendrick lied.
Just a deadbeat dad with one person. Nah. But even that, it's so wild because he undercuts this claim. He says that he fed him
How?
the information, and then later said that his informant is a clown. So which is it?
Both. Why? Two things can be true. He said, listen. Even if you want to connect the same people, he could be talking about the people that was working for him. He considers them he don't know who they are. He might be thinking they some clowns too, but they still did the work for him. Even if he was talking about the same people, it's still Kendrick being dumb for believing it. So stop trying to gaslight Doc, but he's actually talking about two different people. He's searching for information from a lot of people.
Does he have a fake informant, or
yes,
does he have an informant who is real but not reliable?
Both.
This is the cognitive dissonance of
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the one y'all trying to create because y'all are gaslighting.
a gaslighter. This is what he's trying
You're right. You're right. Hell yeah. You was on point. You're right. But there is no cognitive dissonance. You're creating it because you're the gaslighter. So there actually isn't any cognitive dissonance. You're just trying to create it because you're a gaslighter.
create to the point where you go, oh, the person I heard that from is both on your side, and also, if he's not on your side, then he's not reliable. It doesn't make any coherence.
That what you just said doesn't make any sense. But what Drake was telling him, that he's fishing for information and he's coming up with nothing no matter what he does. Does it make sense to you that way, Doc? Because maybe the way you're trying to explain it to yourself, you don't get. He's telling him no matter what you do to come up for information, you can't come up with nothing. And then when you thought you had something, I gave it to you. You're goofy. All of this shit you saying, goofball. Not just that, everything.
Sense. The other thing that people who are gaslighting you will do is they will distract and divert constantly, constantly. Going back to that example.
That's what you're doing with your friend. You about to go back to example with your friend? Are you about, listen, Doc, please don't tell me that you about to say that gaslighters constantly change the subject and then go back to example with your friend. Please don't let me unpause another example about your friend. Please don't do this, Doc.
My friend.
Oh my God! I promise y'all I haven't seen this. I promise y'all I have not seen this. I promise y'all I have not seen this. I promise y'all I've not seen this. I watched 2 minutes of it earlier when he said Drake's gonna win the war, but it don't matter. I cut it off. I have not made it this far. He literally just said that gaslighters always change the subject, and then he changed the subject to his friend. Oh my goodness.
Hey, you shouldn't be looking at my messages. Okay, fine, but I did look at your messages. This is outrageous. How dare you do that? This is the most outrageous thing you could ever do to me. I don't think I can ever forgive you for looking at my messages. Okay? Distraction. The problem is that Drake doesn't understand the weakness of his attack.
There is no weakness.
His attack is that Whitney is not in love with him.
Oh, Don, that's one of his attacks. He said he's planting doubt. He's bringing, it's one of his attacks. But not the not in love with him part. It's just an attack.
It's coming back. I made a couple videos ago.
Maybe that's it. We could describe it like that. All right. His attack is that Whitney's not in love with him. All right, we'll go with that, Doc.
About the fact this whole beef is just an addendum to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. This whole beef is unintentionally advertisements for this album. This whole beef is a poppy, fun way of mediating all of the themes in this very dense and unfun album. Okay? He says in this album that Whitney is going to leave him. He says in this album that he has mistreated her and that he's cheated on her. He has implied that he has abused her, I believe, physically in addition to emotionally. He doesn't deny anything. Kendrick.
Okay. So, what are you saying? Huh? What are you saying then?
In his responses, never denies, never says, I didn't hit Whitney. Do you know why he doesn't say it? Because A, either he did and he doesn't need to say it. Either he did and they've worked through it, and that's this whole album is about being a...
Are you okay with that, Doc? You condone domestic violence, Doc? They worked through it. You okay with that, Doc?
Better man breaking out of the cycles of abuse in the first place. Or he didn't do it, and if he didn't do it, you don't need to say it. You don't need to say I did.
Well, if he didn't do it, why would he say he did it? He said it on another song too, other than on that album. But that's beside the point. So what are we saying, Doc? You said he said he did it. So what are you, Doc? Come on.
Didn't do it. Go ahead, ask me. You ever hit your wife? I'll be like, no. And then you're like, yes, you did. I won't even respond to you. I won't even be like, well, actually, I won't be like, show receipts. Like, it's just so far.
No, Doc. Okay, I understand that analogy. But however, you got a YouTube channel. What if you made some videos talking about how you did, and then people talk about how you did, and then you'd either say nothing. You wouldn't say no, you didn't. So you would say nothing because you know you did. So basically, that's where we're at here. So don't try to use that example like you're not your type of popular. You're popular enough. You got 90,000 subscribers, but damn near. So people see you. So if you did some videos about that, and then people say you did that, you wouldn't be able to say no, I didn't. So stop it, Doc. Add the variables in. Don't just try to make it your way. Be fair.
If you ask me, like, hey, if you ever yelled at your dog Bo when you shouldn't have, I'll be like, well, I mean, when should have, you know? I haven't always been the best dog owner. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. So he's
Oh, you're getting off track? Are you changing the subject again like a gaslighter? I don't know, Doc. I'm just asking.
doubling down on these attacks on Kendrick for things that Kendrick has not actually refuted. So that
Wait. Did you say he's doubling down on these attacks on Kendrick? But I thought you said he was all defense and no offense. But he's doubling down on the attacks, but it's not offense, but it's an attack. Okay, cool. You good.
whole line, the second line that really hits is the last line before he gets into his Hubagod's ending, where, you know, he says, you know, Whitney, I'll hit you back, and but it'll be a lot safer, or whatever it is. I mean, like, that's like a good line, but like, it's like it's all on here. It's all on here.
So that means he can't deny it. So let's move on, Doc. You're painting a picture for him.
The whole story. Whatever you are going to say about Kendrick Lamar, he has already said about himself. And it's tied into just this.
Oh my God. I am white. I am an Uncle Tom. I do live with my mom. My boy Future is an Uncle Tom. But this time, Papa Doc is actually picking up the mic and fucking rapping. You don't get to just say it so I don't say it. I'm saying it. I remember, what? Come on, Doc. This time, Papa Doc actually picking up the mic and rapping.
Whole weirdness of like,
imagine if Papa Doc wouldn't have walked off stage and had some shit to say other than all of that. Like, bitch, we know all of that, but I'm about to say all of this. M would have really lost.
Why is she following Dave Free on Instagram? Listen, she's an adult. Is my wife on Instagram? I don't know. I legitimately don't know. I don't think so. If she is she following my Instagram? I hope not. All I do is like post like advertisements for this channel, like random thoughts and stuff. You think she needs Instagram?
Wow. You really doing this, Doc? So you said if your wife is on Instagram, you hope she doesn't follow you, even though you're a content creator and you post about this show. So you don't want your wife to support this show, even if she was on IG, just to push a narrative about Kendrick. Come on, Doc. Now you don't want your wife to follow you on social media. Your wife. You be cheating, Doc? What the you be saying? Doc. I don't even know why I'm calling you Doc. You're Professor. My bad. Oh my goodness, Professor.
Instagram? She's with me all the time. She's with me all the time. Okay? I mean, like, this isn't.
So she's with you all the time, but you don't want her to follow you, literally. So she literally follows you, but you don't want her to follow. Doc. I'm still calling you Doc. I don't know. You just gaslighting so much. You're making it seem like a Doc.
Adolescent. This is like my, I mean, my kids are too smart for it, but I've heard of stories of teenagers being like, oh my God, I just got unfriended by Bobby. What's going to happen? Like, these are adult questions. So he never has to say, I never laid a hand on her, because that's not what the argument's about. By not feeding into that, Kendrick is understanding what you have to do. If you want to.
That's not what the argument is about, but that's one of Drake's attacks on him. And you are now admitting that it's not refutable. So it's a good attack. So it's landing. So you said Drake only scored 1 point. But now you're admitting that Drake has scored a point with the domestic angle. But you're saying that the Morale album is the reason. Well, listen, but the reason why Drake knows is true, other than that, because he's talking about a crisis team to cover it up and all these different things. So he knows it. You're saying he knows it off the Morale album. However, you're saying the Morale album is the reason why Kendrick shouldn't respond to it. So basically, you're saying it's true, so he can't say nothing about it. Okay, you're right.
Win one of these debates, you can't just be defending. You have to keep attacking, and then you don't bring it up as a concept. And what this does.
But you have to do both. That's what y'all fail to realize. You have to do both. And we're gonna get to y'all's final mistake in a second.
I'll put you up there, Kung Fu. The other thing that this does is, or that abusers do, that narcissistic abusers do, is they do what's called a flip, the narcissist flip. So he is flipping around his own flip. So there was an attack on Drake, and then what Drake is doing is trying to change the topic, trying to change the subject, trying to make it whether or not he hit the mother of his children at some.
Doc, are you serious right now? So he's flipping the so you mean to tell me my angle? So you got an angle on me, but you trying to tell me I can't have an angle on you? You got an angle on me, but I can't have an angle on you. I got an angle on you. What the fuck?
Some point in the past 10 years, and he flips that around on Kendrick, saying, you'd rather grab your pen and misdirect it. Like he's actually
yes.
Flipping on a flip. He even tries to flip it around, trying to make it seem like Kendrick is the one who has problems with histories of molestation and SA, right? He's trying to flip
not as a victim, not as a person who did it
around because of Mother I, which we're getting to soon. He's just flopping all over the place, just denying so much stuff, saying he's too rich to be. He's too rich. He simultaneously refers to it as this Epstein shit and says, I'm too rich to get away with this. He is literally talking about a person who was so rich he could get away with running an underage sex ring.
First of all, he doesn't get away with it. None of them got away with it. And all those people are listed and named, and people know who they are. So my thing is this. I don't know why people are trying to act like they don't understand exactly what he meant while he was saying that. So instead of y'all trying to make it like it doesn't make any sense, how come y'all don't make sense of it? I'm so popular, you know the women who I date. You know who they are. So don't try to tell me about some Millie Bobby text and all this weird shit. I'm talking about the women who I date. You know who they are because I'm popular. I could not get away with this because all of the women who I date, people know them bitches. That's what he was saying. So y'all's breakdown of it means nothing. He was saying, everybody knows me. You know who I'm with. You know who I'm with. I can't hide. I'm not hiding. I can't. I'm not on no list. He said, Drake would never be on those sex offender lists. He said, I'll never be on them list. So for you to say Epstein was so popular he could get away with it, he didn't get away with it. They knew who them people was. He said, I will never be on them list. I'm not doing this. I didn't do this stuff. Y'all try to act like people was putting that meme up. Right. I didn't do this stuff. But the difference between R. Kelly and him is he's telling the truth. I didn't do this stuff. That's a good response for somebody who didn't do the stuff.
And in the same verse, saying, I'm too rich to be able to get away with this.
Right.
That's what makes me think this stuff is all true. It's not based on evidence. It's based on the style of argument.
Which you're gaslight. Yeah, the style of argument you're using, you termed it as gaslight. You doing this.
where he's just denying and throwing these things out there, and you have to believe two things are true at the same time. You have to
You about to bring up your friend again in a second. You gaslighting so much.
believe that Epstein could get away with it because he was so rich, and Drake can't get away with it because he's so rich. All of it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It doesn't read. It doesn't read. And everyone's like making fun of Drake, saying his co-writers and his teams are writing this. I don't think so. I think he's writing this, but I don't think he knows how to do it. And just in terms of
Let's start there, because this is where people is pissing me off. This is where people is pissing me off. This is where I get triggered at, because Drake. This is what people are not acknowledging. Even if people want to say Kendrick won or whatever, they're not acknowledging that Drake is literally a great battler. Like, he is like not good at it. He's great at it. He's actually attacking. He knows how to do it. He got slick lines, clever wordplay, schemes. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's actually great at it. So I totally 1,000,000% disagree with it. And anybody that says anything otherwise is actually hating on that young man. They're hating. You can say Kendrick won and still acknowledge that. This man is great at battling. You talk about the melodies and ghostwriters of the song shit, but this rap, oh, he does this. And people acting like he don't. And that's just weird to me, because you can listen to it. He's sliding each and every time. He was on Family Matters going. He was on Family Matters going, man. Like, people are like, man, y'all better act like he on rap. That's what people, this triggers me. It triggers me. It upsets me. I'm upset right now. Go ahead, Doc.
protesting too much. You see back here, I made what I call the no sex offender list. This is the quote.
What is it?
Drake, when you are guilty or not guilty, when you're trying to prove your innocence, stay away from double negatives. It's too confusing. It's too easy to misinterpret.
Who cares? I'm innocent. I don't care what you're trying to misinterpret.
Drake is not a name that you're going to see on no sex offender list. So if we take that down, this is the no sex offender list. I wrote it up.
Oh my God. This is what we doing, Doc. Go ahead. This is creative. I like this. Go ahead.
There. Does Drake's name belong on that list? I refer you to the text again. Drake is not a name that you're going to see on no sex offender list, which therefore means I cannot write Drake up here, because you're not going to see his name on the no sex offender list.
This I like. This is cool, Doc. I like this. I got a response, but this is so good. I like this one. This is your best one so far, Doc. Even though I already rebutted it, it's just crazy. But I like this. I like this a lot. Go ahead, Doc.
Now, I'm not saying, ta-da, I got you. It's more the mental state that he's in, where he's just sort of saying anything, and everything's all mixed up.
He's rapping.
I've never been with no one underage. I've never been with no one underage? Why so many double negatives?
I'm not giving you that one. I'll give you the sex offender list one. You can't have that one.
I'd never looked twice at no teenager? Why?
I'm not giving you these ones. You only got one.
Why so many double negatives?
Because he's rapping.
But going back to the third reason that he's failed is that this song, more than any other song, is an advertisement for this. How many people have gone back and listened to the song Mother I Sober? How many people?
A lot of people. They said it a bunch of streams. They put up some number. A bunch of people. A bunch of people went back and listened.
How many people who I bet gave up on this album because they thought it was too dense and they wanted to be more like Damn, which is understandable but unfortunate because it's such a great album. It's understandable, though. I don't make fun of anybody who did not dig this album. It's very hard, very dense. It doesn't mean you're small-brained. It just means that you weren't up for this album at the time that it came out. That's totally okay. But you're missing out on some great music, some great culture, some great rhymes, all that stuff, and you're missing out on the song Mother I Sober. Now, I've been talking about Father Time because that's the one that relates to me the most, because my dad recently died and because I'm a father and all that stuff. But holy cow, he directly references Mother I Sober. So you have to go back and listen to this. Now, the weird, messed up thing is he takes this fake position of empathy. Okay, so first of all, he misreads the text. He reads the text. This is why it's very important. Critical thinking skills are very important. This is why it's the most important thing you can learn in college is critical thinking.
Listen, Doc, I didn't graduate college, but I went. But I'm a critical thinking master, and that's why we're here.
Reading comprehension. I'm not trying to be patronizing. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to be clear. It is the fact that one could listen to or read the lyrics to the song Mother, I Sober and conclude that Kendrick himself was sexually abused is completely against the sense of the text. The text itself is about generational trauma and about the fact that his mother assumed that he must have been abused because of the abuse that she suffered herself. It's about the presumption of it, not about the fact of it.
Okay, and let me stop you right there, because that's all Drake was doing, Doc. It's about the presumption of it, not the fact of it. He's asking him, why are you so obsessed with this angle? Is it because you got touched? So even if Kendrick isn't the person who got touched, the situation itself is personal to him. His family went through it. His mom did. They asked him. They thought it happened to him. He had to say it didn't happen to him. It happened in his family. So Drake bringing that up is triggering for Kendrick. You're not part of it. Like, Kendrick had to listen to that. So y'all are taking it your way because you're Kendrick fans, but you're not understanding what he was doing as Drake. And all he was doing was saying, why are you doing this? Is this the reason? Kendrick can say, no, that ain't the reason. But Drake's just asking, like, yo, why are you so obsessed with this? Is it because of that? Like, you rapped about that before. So y'all hugging on to the fact that he said it happened to him. But he's casting doubt at the same time, because that's what he's doing. Like, he's saying, yo, why are you so obsessed with this? That's a question. So, like, that's what he was doing.
Never lied, but no one believed me when I said he didn't. He's talking about shivering. He's talking in this frail, broken voice. He's talking about not being believed because the cycle of abuse going back, generation after generation after generation. He explains how many people were abused and taken advantage of and mistreated and R-worded all over the place. And what does he say about it? He wasn't touched, but he was still affected.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying, Doc. You're proving my point. Thank you. He was affected by it. So Drake is like, is that why you're doing this? This is why you're so obsessed with that angle? Because of that album? When you said that, you're affected by it. Thank you, Doc. Thank you. This is what I've been trying to tell Kendrick fans. And not one of them had to say it. Thanks. This is what the hell I've been saying. Thanks, Doc. Thanks. Thank you.
Because he was constantly chasing men.
I just had said it, but you just said it. So thank you.
But Whitney's gone by the time you hear this song. She did all she could. Drake, you sent us back to this song. And in this song, Kendrick Lamar told us that Whitney left him. And now we're supposed to sit there and listen to your track where you say, how come you haven't talked to Whitney in 6 months? It's like we know why.
Ain't nobody talking to you, yo nosy behind. He talking to Kendrick. While you sitting here talking to me about women, what about your woman? Like, I'm attacking you. Like, when I'm coming to an angle about you, I'm talking about your marriage. Doc, you just mentioned your wife not following you on Instagram. Doc, if I wanted to roast you in a battle and I wanted to get personal, I would say something about why your wife's not following you. Are you cheating? Like, and if I knew something about you actually cheating because you did some videos about it before, I would really bring that up and say that's the reason why you don't want your wife to follow you on Instagram, because you cheat. Maybe you're still cheating like you cheated before. So if you had a whole album of videos about how you cheated before, I would say you were doing it again. If you was like Derek Jackson, I would talk about you cheating and you say you didn't want your girl. That's like Derek Jackson saying he don't want his girl to follow him on social media because all he does is post videos about relationships. Yo, no, you cheating again. See what I'm saying, Doc? So, of course, he was supposed to say that. It's a battle. I'm using whatever angle I can. And I got that one. Your wife and you ain't talking. Y'all are separated. Yes, I'm going to talk about it. Why wouldn't I?
Know why? Because their relationship couldn't survive the results of the trauma that he suffered. And it wasn't SA, it was other stuff. And it's such a beautiful song. And
It is. But now I'm using it against you.
it's so powerful and it's so meaningful. And it's something that Kendrick can bring us. And it's a reminder, Drake, that you can't. You just lack the self-awareness. And dude, that's all right.
Maybe he can't, but also it's not his personal experience. But he's also Kendrick is good. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get it twisted. Between all of the switch siding and picking sides of who's doing what, Kendrick is really, 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 really good at rapping. It's conceptually he's good. So no, I ain't heard Drake do nothing like that. No. No, 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 no. I ain't never heard Drake do no song like that. So you're right about this. But it doesn't matter for the battle. You know what I'm saying, Doc? So you're right. But you're changing the subject like the gaslighters do. You're just trying to bring up irrelevant facts to make yourself right. Because you're right now. You're right. But you're irrelevantly right.
I love, the Stooges.
Bringing up something else, changing the subject. The Stooges.
Like proto-punk from the 60s.
Gaslighting.
No? Is Iggy Pop in 1969 capable of writing a song called Mother I Sober? No. Not all music has to be all things all the time.
Right,
But this is a very special thing.
It is.
And you are attacking a man who's capable of doing
Oh, poor Drake. You're attacking a man. Wait a minute. Wait. You said it was all defense, no offense. Stop using that word attack. You can't attack on defense, can you? Yes, you can get a steal and then throw it up court, and Anthony Edwards can dunk and hang on the rim and be. That's what Drake is doing. He's dunking and hanging on the rim and posing on the crowd. Like, you can attack on defense. Whatever, though.
something uniquely.
But you can't use the word attack because you said he wasn't on any offense. And offense is attacking. So don't use the word, Doc, please.
Well in the art that you yourself practice. And in your effort to try to take his, so it was already his approach. He was already taking sympathy. He was already saying, I feel bad for you because your father didn't claim you. Kendrick was already referring this to Mr. Morale. Mm-hmm. Now, Drake has done a double Mr. Morale. On the one hand, he's sending us back there. On the other hand, even if we don't go back and read the actual text, even if we take Drake's misreading of the text as being accurate, we are then understanding the cycles of abuse that is talked about in Mr. Morale. Everything goes back here. Everything goes back there.
Well, then you know what Drake was saying. If you understand the cycles of abuse, then you understand what Drake was saying by asking that question to him, Doc. I keep calling you Doc. You're a doctor. You're a doctor now. After this class that you got from me, you went from your master's to your doctorate degree. But before that, you didn't know enough. Now you know. Now you know everything. So no, Doc. No, Doc.
Everything. Because that's a great piece of art that describes cyclical trauma.
But you're right about that, but it proves Drake's point. It actually proves Drake's point. Even if it was a reach on his end, you connected the dots for him. You connected the dots where he was going as a rapper. When you rap, you always, not always, but sometimes you'll make up something about somebody just as a, like, man, you look like the type of person that, but listen, let me give you, Doc, you might not know battle rap. Once upon a time, it was a dude named Wavy, and he battled a guy named Briz Rothstein, and he told him, and I quote, you look like the type when shit pop off, you'll run probably. And guess what happened, Doc? When shit popped off, Briz ran. So Wavy was just making up something. Like he was just thinking of something to rap about, and he really felt that way about him, but it just so happened to be true. You see what I'm saying, Doc? So sometimes when you rapping, you can just be saying something, but it's true though. Like, man, if I slapped you right now, you wouldn't even do nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might be a person that'll fight back, but you might be a person that wouldn't do nothing if I slap you. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just saying that, but it might be true. You feel me? So that's that, Doc. He was reaching, but that's where he was going with it. You got to give the rappers leeway to rap. Y'all are being so trying and nitpick so much that you're not even letting them be creative. Come on, professor.
Then we get the end bit. So those are my 3 reasons why it doesn't work.
It worked.
Strictly on the defense. He's exhibiting all of the traits of a gaslighter, and he's making advertisements for Mr. Morale.
Mr. Morale is the reason why it's offered. Your third one contradicts your first one. And that's just what this whole video boiled down to be honest with you.
The end bit is just a little bit funny because I like to talk about comedy on this channel, just for reasons. And just the way that he's talking at the end, you may or may not know, I'm a big fan of Homestar Runner. There's a song called Everybody to the Limit, and there's this bit at the end of the song where the character Strong Bad, it's like, come on, Fahubo guys. Everyone just, feels sorry for you. I mean, I do. Just the way that he delivers. If you've never heard the song, just listen to it again because it's funny because Drake is trying to sound offhanded and like cool and composed, but he's still just trying so hard. And
I don't think he was just trying. I think he was just in the booth talking to him. He was just talking to him, man. And you're taking it this way because you want it to be however you want it to be. But go ahead. I'm not going to gaslight you. Okay, go ahead. Express your feelings and how you think about it. I'm not going to tell you you're crazy for how you think. I'm not going to gaslight you.
Because he goes back and he goes back and he restates the beginning. He's like, you made 5 songs. The one before last is one where we fed you information. That information was false. Like, it doesn't come across as actually authentic. It comes across as inauthentic.
But that's what happened.
Come on.
How could it come across as unauthentic when I'm telling you the truth? I don't know how the truth can come across unauthentic. It don't even matter. Like I could deliver the truth in any octave. It's the truth. I can Mariah Carey the truth. It's the truth. Like, what are we saying? Like, I can Eric Mays the truth. Point of information. Like, whatever way I want to deliver the truth, it could be the truth. Like, I don't understand. It's the truth. It's the truth. I can deliver it how I need to.
Off of Hoopa, guys. This was the sheet that I made for the last time for push-ups.
Analysis, Drake's angles of attack, quality of art, success, direct influence, admiration, intelligence, independence, ad hominem, rubber glue, strays. Now, I didn't see this video, but the one that jumps out at me is 7. I'm wondering if he is trying to do what a lot of people are trying to do. And I'm glad. I'm so glad I even thought of this because I probably would have forgot about it because the video is almost over. So I'm wondering if he's calling all of the stuff that he said to other people just strays, right? Because a lot of Kendrick fans keep trying to act like Drake fans are bringing up the 20v1 as like an excuse. But no, they're not. What's happening is they're bringing it up because they are associating Kendrick with all of the other ass kicking that Drake is doing. And y'all, as Kendrick fans, are trying to disassociate with him from that. But what y'all don't understand is the reason why Drake fans and people who think he won are not bringing up the 20v1 as some type of excuse is because I promise you, Doc, just like how you time-stamped a promise, I promise you at 54 minutes and 14 seconds of this video that the 20v1 narrative is the only thing that brung Drake outside. It wasn't Kendrick. It was everybody trying to team up to do all this shit to make him motivated enough to come outside and tear all y'all up. He even did an IG story about it before Family Matters came out. He did an IG story and said, I'm going to have to murder all of y'all. What was it, Thanos? And he said, I'm going to murder all of y'all. So there is no strays. Whatever stray, and I didn't see that. I'm just saying I could be wrong about what strays even meant, but I'm bringing that up because it's part of the battle. So there is no strays, and it is a 20v1, and that's not an excuse. It's just that Drake's kicking everybody ass, and y'all trying to act like Kendrick's not part of that. And he is, though. He is, though. So, sorry.
This is a reminder of how far Drake has fallen. These are all the points that he was attacking Kendrick on in that song. Quality of art, success, direction of influence, intelligence, independence, and then ad hominem attacks, rubber
Oh, so you like that one?
glue, and then strays. It's just stuck here. It's just stuck there. Nothing else is on there. Not success, not.
Wait a minute. And see, now you want to see. Now you gaslighting because listen, because you're right on push-ups. He said numbers wise, I'm out of here. You're not fucking keeping up. The funny thing about that is it's so funny that Kendrick fans are trying to make that line be about the numbers that are views from these diss tracks. Drake is talking about his numbers. Like his numbers. So now you want him to keep bragging about being Drake. Like we know he's Drake. He can't get away. He could get away with it. But if he did that every single time he attacked, people would get mad at him. Why does he keep just talking about money? Is it because he's not trying to rap? Get out of here. So number 4, I don't want to hear that. He's being intelligent with the that. Now you're lying, Doc. And I have to call you out as just a liar to say he's not doing number 6 because that's what you're saying he's doing. Rubber glue. You're saying it's not me, it's you. That's what you said he's doing. That's literally what you're saying he's doing. So 6 is still happening, but it's still happening. What you mean? It's still happening. And wait, how's it not happening? How's 6 not happening? And your video is about 6. The whole last half of your video was about him doing rubber glue. But now you're saying it's just ad hominem? No, it's still strays because he did mention Ross jet crashing. And then, but I'm saying it's not strays, but we could call it strays. And it still mentioned Ross jet crashing, and then he's still being intelligent, and he don't have to talk about success every time. And it is quality art. And the third one is at the end of the song, he was saying that he did not think that Kendrick was doing good at this, especially since he went for that bait and fucked everything up for himself. But y'all are trying to act like that didn't happen because y'all are being gaslighters. So I wish I seen your video about this. I want to go back and watch it now because it sounded like you liked push-ups, which a lot of people did. So I kind of want to watch this. I wish I would have seen it so I really knew what you was talking about, but I could break it down myself.
Quality of art. All right. There you go. Drakeotomy 2020-24. Will it succeed? Will it fail? I don't know. And
No.
Dear God, let's hope that this music is continually. I don't even know how I'm going to end this. This camera.
All right, I'm going to tell you how you're going to end it. I don't know why y'all acted like this guy was the guy who just, oh my God, it's over because Doc said all of that. No. Well, I'm going to tell you what I just said on TikTok, or I just said on my social media. With all that being said, Drake lost. Drake lost. It sucks, but I'm going to tell y'all why Drake lost. It has nothing to do with nothing. Drake's house just got shot at. They said one of his security guards got hit. He lived, but his house got shot at. Everybody's saying some dude did it, somebody that they're blaming, but I don't care. Like, if all of this drama, if it ends in your house, one of your security guards getting hit, you lose. If that's what it takes for somebody to not get shot, and one of your people gets shot, and they could just end, then all right, you lost. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't even like it was some big beef where it was like, I'm going to slide on you and I'm going to pull up on you and kill you. And everybody even said nothing like that. But so Drake lost. If people getting shot over it, but I ain't even saying it's connected to that. But I'm just saying it's connected to that because it shouldn't have happened. Whoever, if it's not connected to that, somebody picked a hell of a time to slide. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't thinking about Kendrick them in because they was just trying to take the heat off themselves because everybody was gonna connect it. So either way, I don't care. I'm not saying that Kendrick people did it. I'm not even saying that. I'm not even implying that. I'm just saying Drake lost because of it. I don't care. So he did lose, but not about the music. Yeah, it's nothing to do with music. You know what I'm saying? There's that. So it was a good video, Doc. It was entertaining, to say the least. It was entertaining, but that was not the gotcha moment, fellas. That was not it. That was not it, y'all. That was not the gotcha moment. Doc, our professor was wrong. Um, but yeah, man, y'all be good. Professor, got it wrong. But Drake still lost. So if that makes y'all happy as Kendrick fans, please just let it be a W. So nobody's get shot. You know what I'm saying? I said it at the beginning, and everybody tried to get mad at me when I said before J. Cole apologized. I said it, and then everybody got mad at me. I said black men can't coexist, and I was a sellout, and I'm a coon, and I'm all of this stuff. Why would I say that? All this stuff because they can't, and that's why. And now we celebrate the tearing down of our artists, even if it is Kendrick, or even if we're saying, okay, fuck Drake, he's a culture vulture, get him out of here. Now people are celebrating the tearing down of Kendrick, abuser and damn liar and stupid idiot that'll fall for some fake text. You know what I'm saying? So either way, we celebrating the tearing down of our big artists. Either way it goes. So Drake lost. If that's what it takes, Drake lost. I don't care. And I'm serious too. I'm not just saying this shit just to. I'm really serious. I posted about it. I'm not saying he won anymore. I don't care. Musically, I think he did what he did. People can argue and disagree and say Kendrick smoked them all they want. I don't agree with it, and I broke all of the songs down and I broke it all down. So I'm saying Drake won musically, but he lost. He lost the battle in the war. That's what Doc was wrong about. He said Kendrick was going to lose or win the battle and win the war. It went the other way around. Drake won the battle and Kendrick won the war. And there it goes. So, y'all be good, man.